Thank you, Michael. Good morning, everyone. Hope your day started off great. You may pardon me, I may not know my audience in terms of how technically gifted they are. So I'll err on the side of trying to make this as simple as possible. I'll start with the process where you need to get the tools to aggregate your information to submit to SAQA. What I have, if you can see my screen, is the process that we start with. Should be the second one first, I believe. Sorry about that, Renato. You need to send an application form to HEQCIS, which they'll provide you one, and then it's forwarded to our side, and we provide the email confirming your application and a license and a download link for you to install Edu Dex. If you give me a moment, I'll show you the type of email you're supposed to receive once that is done. So when you've successfully applied, this is kind of email you're supposed to receive. Two attachments, one containing the installation manual. The second attachment is your license key. Within that email, we have instructions of where to download. You'll provide a name, you'll provide a code, the HEQCIS ID you're registered with, and your username and login. Further down in the email, we've provided links for additional information to help you prepare your data and submission. So once you got everything started, sorry, I'm at here. I'm assuming if you have any trouble installing the Edu Dex, you can email HEQCIS, or you can email edudex@praxis.co.za seeking assistance in that regard. But we do encourage that your first protocol be, if you do have IT support to help you out, was it may be a case-by-case basis, and we've tried to ensure that the installation file works on most computers. I know particularly there's one person now who doesn't even love Windows and has a Mac machine, and we don't have an Edu Dex installation for Macs. My sincere apologies for that. But in that regard, we do have the templates that you can install, you can put your data on, and then you can ask us to generate your data files afterwards. Did I exit? Michael, did I exit? Onto the file specifications. If you can see, there's a link there at the top that will give you all the details of what's expected in each of the files that we want you to submit in that regard. But fear not if this becomes too technical. What we end up doing is we have an Excel sheet that has each of the files that you're supposed to submit if you have the information. And then you can use that to prepare your information. And then just from there, you can run a macro, and those macros will produce the DAT files that you use to import into Edu Dex. So I'm going to show you the template file, and I'll just run one macro, and I'll show you the product of what happens after you put on your information. So one of those links, you'll be able to download the example files or the template that you need to populate your information in and submit to, and produce a .dat file and submit to Starkware. As you can see, it's Microsoft Excel, which most of you are familiar with, I believe. And from here on out, once you put in your information, you just need to go run your macros. So in this example, I used for the full case, if you have information for all 5 files, 6 files there, what you do is you highlight the particular file you want to run. In this case, it's you want to export file number 61. You must have the sheet active. That's important because we have cases where someone wants to file 61, but has a file 63 open at that time, and then sometimes it produces not a valid file. So please have click on file 61 here at the bottom. When you run your macro, make sure you highlight the export file number 61 and click on run. So what is programmed to do right now? It goes to your documents folder. That's where it's going to export the .dat file. If I just hold on, I'll show you what we just put out. Excuse the mess. So as you can see, right now it's 9:13. This is the file we just clicked right now. The file export number 61. Can anyone see my screen?
Yes.
It's fine. Sorry, I'm just a bit jumbled up here. What I forgot to mention is how we're going to do our naming convention for what we expect to upload the file as. So you may notice in the email that is sent with the license key and the link for you to download, there's a provider code we supplied you with. We're supposed to at the beginning, before the file number, you're supposed to put in the provider code. Say 1, for instance. And then for the word export here, you supply the date of which you are submitting your information. From its year, the month, and the day. The file extension, we would encourage you to change that to .dat. If you're unable to see this part of the section, or to be able to change the file extension, depending on the version of Windows you have and the rights you have on your machine, you should be able to change the way you view your files in documents. Click on View File, and over here it says, you check the box that says File Name Extensions. This will enable you to see the extension of all the files that are in there. This is also important to when we're trying to diagnose another error that comes up when you're trying to submit the said files. I'll move on next to, I'm going to show you a folder where I've prepared all the files from the Excel sheet and what they'll probably look like. Okay, we've done a wonderful installation. The normal path would probably be C Edu Dex, but for some other people, I know you'd probably C program files / then Edu Dex. So this is the file structure you'll be expected to see, except for this folder, of course. So once you've completed all your files, extracts in your documents, you move them to this folder called submission in. I've previously done this already, and I've listed all of them here. As you see, it's a tab delimited file folder, which contains everything else in there. Now I'm gonna reproduce a particular error that may happen because maybe we're not updated our HEQCIS to the latest version that we're supposed to use. So I'm going to change.
Excuse me. Hello, excuse me. We only see.
And then I'm going to put a fresh one, and I'm going to try and log in. And with the login page, I want to show you a particular date that will tell you whether your HEQCIS file has been updated or not. And then
excuse me, Andrew.
Download the latest
only see
updates
your Explorer
and
data.
show you how you update your HEQCIS. Sorry about that. I hear some people were able to only see my documents file. That was where I was supposed to export the DAT file from the information I've made in the Excel file. And then I've moved it to the submission folder in my installation drive of Edu Dex. And what I've now done is I've changed the DB so I can show you what happens when you just start your Edu Dex without updating it. If you can see, it says last updated a long time ago. And that'll be a problem because we do a check to make sure you have the latest extracts from the HEQCIS site to keep you updated with all the qualifications. So this will be a problem. Will be one of the major problems when you're trying to sort up and verify the information that comes through. So whenever you start on, please check on the date. It's not within 2 days from the last update, I believe. So I'm gonna go to the HEQCIS site and I'll show you where you need to download the latest update, and I'll show you where you need to put the update, and then show you how you update your Edu Dex file. So I have what? Okay, where is that? You just show me where is it. I have not proficient with Zoom, unfortunately. I'm a more of a Teams guy.
You don't have to go in and out when you're sharing. So go and share.
So this is a particular site you go to get the latest update for your HEQCIS. You make sure it's sakwa.org/nlrdinfo.php. The one on top there. Please kindly scroll to, I'm looking for, there are two scroll bars. There's one outside here and there's the inner one here. So use the the one inside to scroll down to here, where it says HEQCIS update and there's a date with it. So you need to click on that and we're going to download. This is the download. Please make note of how I'm going to rename this file. Né? So we're going to copy this file over to where we have your Edu Dex installed, and you look for the updates folder and you paste it there. If you download this a number of times, it will have an increment number in between, which isn't what we check when you try to run the update. Please remove that number and make sure it just reads as Edu Dex update. Once that's done, then we go to our Edu Dex. And remember the username and password that we supplied in the email when you applied for your license. Since it's picked up that there's an update in the updates folder, it'll interesting, actual bug. Please hold.
Hi, Andrew. Quick question. Quick question for you, Andrew. Can you hear me?
Sorry about that. Sorry about that. I didn't follow my own instructions. I was supposed to put in the license key, and I was supposed to start up this thing when I changed the database. So I put the license key in, and there's the update for Edu Dex. Apologies. Don't be like me. So you put the license key, you get your updates, you get this project activation successful. Edu Dex is being activated. Please go administrator, view system settings to confirm your vital codes, the ones that came in the email, has been activated. You click OK. It's now detected the updates file that I put in also. As I'll run the update now to update my system. You click on yes. This may take time varying on your machine. So this will be good for you to have a cup of tea if your machine is slow. If it's a faster one, it wouldn't take more than 5 minutes. I can take any questions if you have any questions, people.
Hi, can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Okay. Yesterday I was
just hold, please. Sorry, Andrew, can you hear? No, can you hear this person speaking?
No, I can't.
Just activate your speakers there. I hope you can hear from here then. Sorry. We are just getting Andrew's audio up, so he. Okay. All right. Can you? Now you can hear. Okay, you can speak now. Thank you very much.
Okay, thanks. Andrew, I did a clean installation on my computer yesterday, and I was trying to install the Edu Dex, and the link that I had, it couldn't open. So I wanted to check with you, where do I go to download Edu Dex?
Hi. Okay. The link that you got couldn't open.
Yes.
Okay, one or two things have happened there. The site was down at the time or not. But if you want to get Edu Dex, I'm trying to click on the URL. Can you see my thing? Yeah, it's in the instructions. But if the instructions don't work, there's an actual link. From our Praxis website.
Yes, that's the one I was using.
But I don't have an activation key. So I always refer them to the installation instruction, installation instruction that we send. That one is not going to.
Okay, Andrew, I think you're right when you say the site was down, because now I'm trying it and it's now opening. Thank you so much.
Fantastic. Do you also have your, sorry to interrupt, do you also have your installation, your license key also with you?
Yeah, it will be on my emails. I do.
You have it, yes. Don't be like me, huh? Don't try to download and stuff without that license key in the updates folder, otherwise it won't start up.
Okay, thank you.
Not a problem.
Hi, Andrew, sorry. I just have a quick question. If I wanted to move my Edu Dex from one PC to another, do I have to do a complete new installation, or do I need to copy anything across?
Sorry, I caught the last part of your question.
If I want to move my Edu Dex from one PC to another, because I've upgraded all the machines, do I have to do a complete new installation? Do I have to send an email to you, or can I just download it from your site?
Do you have your original email? As long as you have the original email of your, with the license key and stuff, you can just download it and stuff.
No, I don't have it.
Or you don't have the original email
Mm-mm.
of the license key.
No.
Okay. You still need your license key. We have a record of all everyone's license keys. You have to email us and then have to look for, what you have to do is I need your provider code so I can look up your license key. So I can send you a license key. And as for you upgrade all machines, the new machine you stored on, or you just move from one machine to another and your old machine needs to have it?
I've still got the old machine, but I want to, it's like
Archaic. Okay.
really arcade. So I need to move it on to a better machine.
In that regard, you're going to have to reinstall, or some of the components will now need to be rested on that new machine. So
Okay.
it will have to be installation on your new machine. And then we have to forward you your license key that you applied for already on that. So what I would need is your provider code so I can look up your license key and I can send it to you.
So I just email you.
HDex, edu.dex@praxis.co.za. Inquiry, I need my license key, my provider code is this.
Perfect. Thank you very much.
Understood.
Hi, Andrew. I have a question.
Yes, I can hear you.
I just wanted to find out how often should we implement our EduTex updates?
You should, okay, I know human beings always do the things just before they need to submit. So before you need to, when the deadline for you to submit, make sure you get the update. So you'll be updated for the latest ones that very day. But it should be every 2 days. But if you can't do that every 2 days, before you prepare your data, kindly please update.
Okay, thank you.
Yes. Also to everyone else, when you send an email to HDex, please kindly CC our colleagues at HEQCIS the email so they know what's going on. So the paper trail, if for some reason no one at HDex responds to you timelessly, that's so the guys Lerato can also respond to you also in a good time.
Okay, thank you.
Not a problem.
Andrew, there's just some questions in the text. Here we've got, can you please give me the ports for your servers, as I always have to use a 3G modem to get connected to your server for the upload. I don't know how this a 3G modem affects the ability to download or to upload.
You need post service. Who's that? I can't see the text, sorry. One thing. Rita. Pertaining to particular ports, are your ports open from your, I need to ask your IP department open. We use a secure shell, so it's usually port 22. You need to confirm with the IT department if your port is open on 22 to a particular server host. I understand, I know, yesterday, we're having some latency issues with the current box, and it's being looked at by colleagues at SAQA, what's going on, and we'll get an update in regards to that. Did that help? Sorry.
Are they, folks? We'll be back in a moment. Okay, they'll be back.
Sorry, was that answer? Was the person answered? The one the ports? Or do you have more questions? Yeah, if that doesn't work, then get back to us, and we'll just confirm whether the server's working or not. Because we had an issue yesterday and the day before with someone unable to transmit their submission. So first, we just need to check the port. If port is fine, then we now need to check the latency gap with the IT department from your server to the SACO server.